Welcome to the Daily Dish with New York Times bestselling author Leanne Ely. Putting vibrancy back into your everyday life and feeding your heart, mind, body, and soul. Join us every day at 1 p.m. Eastern for Motivational Monday, Tuesday's Tip, Wise Woman's Wednesday, Thirsty Thursday, Food Fight Friday, and of course Q&A, where no question is off limits, and Soulful Saturday. Here is your host, Leanne Ely, and the Daily Dish.
We're here. I'm here. It took me a minute, but I showed up, right? I never leave you in the lurch. Yeah, nothing like that, ever. How y'all doing? Come on in. It's Thirsty Thursday. Good, Jennifer. Glad to see you. I don't know about you, but oh man, do I ever need a hairdresser. Look at this mild mess, right? Anyway. COVID hair, what do you want? We have that hair, right? There's my girl, Vanessa. Yvonne's in the house. Good to see you. Come on in. I love all those hearts. Helen, thank you so much for coming. And Carla, you too. You got snow, huh? It missed us. It was beautiful yesterday. Mark went down and he did all the wooden stairs, pressure washed. Everything is clean and lovely, and it was a beautiful day. And woke up this morning freezing, 32 degrees. Anyway, I'm glad you're here. There's Lizzie. Good to see you. Jackie's in the house. Oh, well, thank you. You think it looks great? You know how it is. You know how it is. I'm done with all the things. I want my life back. Don't you all? I just am ready. Anyway, yesterday we had a big show. We were talking about the difference between being in a rut and creating your own groove. And a lot of times they maybe look the same, but there's some big differentiators, and it certainly changes the trajectory of your life, doesn't it? It changes the way you go. Well, I want to talk about that today because, but the next thing, because I have I got a bunch of notes and stuff, wherever it is. There it is. Just some things that I love. Don't you love having your morning routine where you sit down and you have that time to journal and to think and to contemplate and to pray and to meditate and all those things? Sarah's thirsty. She said she's thirsty today. I'm thirsty every single day. And it's also part of one of my affirmations that I do to make sure that I drink enough water. And boy, doesn't it make a difference. All the time. It makes such a good difference. There's my girl Juanita. Good to see you. Still have some wonkiness going up on my phone. I don't know why. Half of it has the screen on one half is just full of gobbledygook. I don't know. All right. Well, I'm going to reboot the phone, see if that helps. Today, of course, we always have some announcements. Today is the day that you're going to want to get signed up for our collagen challenge. That's next week. So if you go to savingdinner.com, it starts on Monday. It's coming, but Monday is when we're going to do the whole webinar and teach you about the importance of collagen. 97% of us are deficient. I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you how to fix it. And I'm going to show you why it makes such a difference. So go to savingdinner.com/collagen. Get your seat. You don't have to show up. You just have to do it so you can get the seat and you can watch it at your own leisure. But you'll like this webinar because there's such hope for women of a certain age. Can I just say that? My goodness. Isn't it so nice? Well, thank you. You said you like my hair. I almost went and put it up in a ponytail because I'm looking at it and going, oh, the roots, oh, the gray, oh, the dark. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Sleep Ease. Look at that. That is our supplement of the week. You want to sleep well? I call this herbal Ambien because it works like a charm. Just take two, like a half hour before you go to bed, and boom, you're knocked out. Boom. It's fantastic. Go to savingdinner.com/show for this. You will get 4 for the price of 3. And this is how you get it. You go to that link. That's how you get it. You also get free shipping. Look, this is what I do with everything. If I can pay less than retail, I'm on it. And I want to offer that same thing to you. We make a big buy a few times a week, or a few times a month rather. This is one of them. And when we get the savings, you get the savings. savingdinner.com/show to go get it, okay? And don't forget, we've got this new little mug. Isn't it so cute? Everybody's been going berserk over this mug. First of all, it's bright, sunny yellow. And look at the quote. Don't get mad about the results you didn't earn from the work you didn't do. That's my cosmic 2x4 knocking you upside the head. You can find out all about our mugs. Now, when they're out, they're out. But we get new ones in. We design new ones and we put them out. We have a whole collection of them. And a mindful mug is all about making you get ready for it, mindful. Have you noticed that living in a mindful way is so much more enriching, so much more vibrant than not? Tell you all about it. Go to savingdinner.com/mug. You will get the whole post on what a mindful mug is about and 3 different ways to get them, including how to get it free. Okay? It's all right there. savingdinner.com/mug. And don't forget tomorrow's Q&A. Who's got a question for me? I love questions. Just send them in to support@savingdinner.com. Question for Leanne on Friday, or you can use the link that's right here, or you can look at the post that's right here in this Facebook page. You know, we do all the things. All the things. Show notes can be had daily. You'll get them the next day. All you have to do is get our newsletter. How easy is that? Go to support, just go to savingdinner.com and you'll get a little pop-up or a sidebar or what have you, and just sign up for it. Then whitelist us, move us from the Gmail promotion tab into the primary, do all those things. You will get your show notes. The show notes are really super because they help us to be more mindful of the lives that we want to lead. Because what are we doing here? You know, what is this all about? The Daily Dish is about living our life vibrantly, bringing vibrancy back into every aspect of it. Heart, mind, body, and soul. Because we know, and you know this, that if we just fragment our lives and we just think that it's all about our gene size, we're going to be very left just feeling very unfulfilled. We'll feel good about ourselves for a minute, but then the rest of us, what about the rest of our lives? We have to do the whole thing. We have to look at ourselves as a whole woman. That's what we're doing here. So make sure that that's a part of who you are and what you're doing. And don't forget, your environment is always going to trump willpower. Have you noticed that willpower is worthless? I have. I can't do willpower. Willpower just makes me feel bad about myself. Where in a supportive environment, that does the trick. This is why we put together our quote deck, by the way. And it is just fantastic. These things are flying out the door, so much so that yesterday I said to Jenny, get on it. We need a new quote deck. We've got version 2 on the way. That's coming out. So for those of you who want it, you're going to get it. Okay, let me find something that you haven't seen, because I love sharing this with you. You know what? God, have I read them all to you? Come on. Here we go. Here's one. Change happens when the pain of staying the same is greater than the pain of change. You're built not to shrink down to less, but to blossom and be more. If God put Goliath in front of you, he must believe there's a David inside of you. I love that one. Let that one sink in. Let that one sink in. You know, we're all Davids in this world, aren't we? With our little slingshot, looking at big obstacles in front of us every single day. Well, these quote decks help to shape your environment so that you start thinking a little differently about yourself. You start thinking about that slingshot instead of the overwhelming ogre in front of you. You take one out and you put it on this cute little stand. Isn't it adorable? Sits right there on your desk and it reminds you of who you are. Put here by God himself, you think? On purpose, you think? I love it. I love my environment supporting me with everything that I do. And I am telling you, it makes a difference. It makes a difference. It helps to shape who we want to become. To become. Lucy said to call her Davy. So we're going to start doing that from now on. Davy. All right. So if you want to, on Monday, join us for the sprint. Go to savingdinner.com/sprint to pick up your guide, to watch the webinar, to get the food journal. I mean, we give away the store practically. Go to savingdinner.com/sprint. That's where you're going to get all the goodies. I'm telling you, Jenny loads the goodie pile. Always. Always, always, always. And you're going to love that. All right? So give that a look-see. Hi, Abigail. I'll see you. You almost spelled my name right. Just move one of those E's to the end. All right. So that's everything. I told you all the things. All the things. Today's topic is a little bit of a build-up from yesterday, a little build on to from yesterday. Yesterday we talked about being in a rut versus being in a groove. And you know, they kind of look the same, but the difference is, of course, when you're in a groove, man, you're happy about that groove. You've created that groove yourself. You've created that groove and it's moving you along. It's making things a little bit easy. You're using the magic of momentum. Momentum, what is it? Motivation plus momentum equals magic. Amen. That's what happens when you get your groove on. But when you're in a rut, you're helpless. Oh, I'm in a rut. I'm struggling. I'm overwhelmed. I can't. That's what a rut looks like. A groove is an entirely different thing, and yet they kind of look similar. It's, you know, have a similar look to them, if you will. But you get to be the creative director of what it is that you want. Because we all have ruts, man. We all have ruts or grooves. They're created in our heads. And this is a neuro connection that we need so that we can operate in this world. It's just the way it works. So, which one do you want? I don't know about you, but I want to get my groove on. I'm always about getting my groove on. This is what we want to do. Because it's no fun in a rut. It's no fun. That rut is a frustration is what it is. And it holds you back from the life you want to live. If you want the vibrancy you want, you know, where your energy goes, where your focus goes, your attention goes, your energy flows. So when you're in a rut, that's just a circular, that's that negative loop right there. Frustrated, despondent, in despair, can't move off the couch, the whole bit. But when you're in a groove, you're going somewhere. You're getting things done. So one drives action, the other one does not. One is inertia and one is inertia. I don't know. Is that such a word? It moves though. It moves, it gets things done. It helps us. It makes us become more than we thought even possible. We see the magic, the possibilities, the creativity. But this is also for and with and how we find our purpose. Our purpose of our purpose. What's our purpose? Our purpose is we've been put here by God Himself at this time for a reason. For a reason. And our reason is always to help others. Have you noticed how you feel when you help others? We feel different. There's this whole, you know, it's not just one way. It goes both ways. There is a beautiful ebb and flow in this whole idea of giving. When we give, we get back. When we get back, we give more. And it's a beautiful thing. That is the positive loop that we're looking for. One, being in a rut drives in action. One, being in a groove drives action. And then it brings us into the place of purpose because we are all put here divinely to find our purpose. To find our purpose. And when we know and understand that, yeah, we're here to help others, then we can find how we are to uniquely express that purpose. But there's two things, same kind of idea, with the rut and with the groove. And that is how you ask the question. Well, if you are in this question and you say, oh, I just don't know, there's no answer for me. I'm just here. I'm just everybody's errand runner. I just cook the meals and clean the toilets. I don't have a purpose. I just do this and I just do that and I'm struggling. What's this idea of purpose? You know, how can I see any of this? That's a rut. It's also a rut of purposelessness because that's what you expect. But when you're in this groove, you see it completely differently, don't you? Because now you're starting to see, you know, when you're open to possibilities, you open the door. When you're in a rut and you say there's no purpose in my life, you have shut the door on all the creativity in the world. Where do you think the creativity comes from? Who's the creator? Who's the creator of this creativity, right? So when you're shutting the door and slamming the door, it's slamming the door in God's face, in my opinion, because you have the ability to seek. You have the ability to find. You know, seek and thou shalt find. Ever heard that one before? What do you think that's all about? We're called to this life. We are called with our gifts and uniquenesses and all of the goodness and loving kindness and beauty inside of us to have that expressed. To have that expressed so that it can help others. Do you realize that? Do you realize how incredible that is? Do you realize that every time you walk into the room and you see somebody, that you can bless their socks off? That's part of your purpose. That every time that you open your mouth, it could be a blessing and not a curse. That every time you pray for somebody or you pick up your paper and your pencil to write a list of something, that it can include the blessings of loving others. That's our purpose. And it will come out uniquely. We have in our group, our Hot Melt Sprint group, we've been talking about our vibrant vision boards and all these things that we've been doing and how everybody is expressing it so differently and so beautifully, I might add. It is so much fun to watch the uniqueness come out. It's so much fun to see how the possibilities of their life, completely different than how I would do it. Hallelujah and amen, right? Completely different. But the point is this is their calling, not mine. This is their life to live, not mine. And we all have that opportunity because when we live in this place of possibilities, we're like Hansel and Gretel divinely, in kind of a cosmic way. God leaves crumbs everywhere. He leaves clues everywhere. If only you open your eyes to see what they are. They will come. They will come. They will present themselves. And I'm telling you, like manna from heaven, it comes out of nowhere because you're open to it. You've already taken the reticular activating system and said, okay, game on, let's go look for it. But you've also opened the door of your heart, the door of your heart. And one of the things that I wrote this here, I've got 5 things for you to do to get to this place so that you can start understanding that life is working for you, not against you. At all times, it is working for you and not against you. That doesn't mean that you're going to be taken cosmically out of any kind of hardship or difficulty or anything. It means that we have lessons to learn everywhere we turn. We have lessons to learn everywhere we open our hearts to. And we also have lessons to teach, because as we learn, it is our imperative that we turn around and teach it. When we do this, not only are we being honoring to the one who taught us, but we're also being honoring to those who are in our midst. Do you remember this? That every time you throw a pebble, you've watched this, you've seen the ripple effect. We all have ripple effects in our lives. We matter. We're here on purpose, after all. We matter greatly. So our words, our thoughts, all of these things are part of who we are. So when we have something that's not serving us anymore, well, of course it needs to go, doesn't it? Is it going to serve you or is it going to harm you? Is it going to bring people around you up or is it going to put them down? What is this all going to do? If we start to live in that kind of vibrancy, that kind of awareness, then we're going to start seeing things that just need to be plucked out of our gardens, just like those horrible, awful weeds. Get them out so that the flowers can bloom. Get them out so you can live in full bloom. That's vibrancy right there. So if God created us, we've got a purpose, don't we? We've got a purpose, and that's to help others. And when we understand what that means that we're going to be opening the doors to the creativity that's out there, the possibility that's out there, and we're going to see things that we've never seen before because we have eyes to see. Where'd you hear that? Can you see this? Do you see how God works? How it's just so imperative that we open our eyes and get out of our own way sometimes? I got 5 things for an alignment assignment for you on this because I believe this is a needle mover in everyone's life. regardless of where you are, regardless of what you've got going on in your life, we're here for reasons different. Sometimes there's seasons in our lives where we do things that are just raising children, taking care of an elderly parent, you know, doing something for a season. Sometimes it's something that's a lifetime, a mission. But for whatever it is, we can be and deliver the grace that needs to happen for these things. We can be that gentle voice in an elderly parent's life, we can be loving even when they're not. Even with your children, we can be loving even when they're not. We can, because we can supernaturally pass our humanness when we understand our purposefulness. Do you see that? Because our humanness pushes back and says, oh my gosh, you nasty old man. I mean, my mother used to say things that kind of hurt my feelings sometimes. It wasn't on purpose. It just was where she was. And it was in the last days of her life, you know? And we get beyond that and we still go and we still serve and we still love. We do that when we see that there is a beautiful purpose over the whole top of it. And that's what we line up with. So I have an alignment assignment for you so you can walk into this, you know. This is these tidbits of clarity. I thought that was so good. Tidbits of clarity, love notes from God that show up in your life that, hey, I'm with you. I've got you on this. Here's an idea for you. Here's a bit of creativity from the Creator. How do you like that? So let's start here. I'm going to give you 5 things. Number 1, you gotta start. First of all, that means when you're starting on this, you might need to drop some preconceived things of like, it's just too late for me, I don't have time for that, or nobody's gonna give it to me, or, you know, my life is in this rut and that's where I'm gonna stay. Let's start where you are. What needs to flip? What do you need to put on the pancake diet? What thoughts need to go? What belief systems need to be broken? And where do you need to go from this? Do you understand that your purpose has been divinely put here by God Himself and put you here on this earth right now for a purpose? Start there. And then ask. Number 1, ask questions. What does this mean? What do I need to do? Ask God, how can you help me? I don't understand when I'm doing this. I'm having a hard time with this. Can you show me the bigger purpose? You think He's going to ignore you? Start there. Start with that. Use your journal if you need to, but start there. Number 2, look for clues. Look for it. There are divine love notes from God Himself all over the place. If only you had eyes to see. And you do. You just need to open them up and look for the clues. Look for them. How fun. You know, it's sort of like, you know, scavenger hunt, God's scavenger hunt for you to find the thing. But they're there, hand to God, they're there. You just got to look. Number 3, expect and anticipate answers. Expect and anticipate answers. I am telling you that is the shortcut to doing that, because when you put expectation and an anticipation for an answer coming back, it comes because you change the way you're thinking, you change the way you're seeing, and suddenly things just start popping up. Hello, there it is. There it is. But we can't keep doing things the same way we've done them because we've proven it doesn't work. So anticipate with great expectation that the answers are coming. Just that much, because you are so incredibly loved, because you're loved by the Creator Himself. You don't think He's going to plop those creative things in your life? I'm going to tell you, it's going to blow you away. And number 5 is remember that what comes out of your life, what comes out of your mouth is what's going to come out of your life. If you say that you're hopeless, if you say that you have no meaning, if you say that you can't get out of this rut, if you say you're overwhelmed, if you keep saying these things, if you think them and then you're saying them and you're complaining about them, that is going to be your lot in life. It is. Because it is the reticular activating system, and we're constantly looking for evidence to support the things that we think about and the things that we say. So we have to flip that stuff. And I believe we're called by God to do so. you know, I threw in some covert Bible verses there, you know, eyes to see, seek and ye shall find. You know, I kind of did one of those, kind of under the wire, under the radar. Well, what do you think that is? That's all truth. That is all truth. And bearing your talents, we talked about that yesterday. What's all that about? It's about being a seeker of the truth, a seeker of God's best for you. You can't do that if you're caught in a rut. You can't do that if you're constantly complaining and constantly whining. As a matter of fact, you're heaping coals onto your head. Hello, there's another one underneath the wire. Don't do this. Live in great expectation for answers. Live in great anticipation of connecting with the Creator for that creative answer to what your purpose is all about. I'm going to tell you right now, when you do this, you will change the entire trajectory of your life. You will be getting regular little love notes from God, little tiny ones, to let Him know He's listening. And it just builds everything. It builds your relationship with God, it builds your relationship with your family, it builds your relationship with yourself, it increases your faith, it expands the borders of your heart, your empathy grows. And who you are, you're knowing and you're becoming, and all of those lovely things that are inside of you become everything. And there's a new confidence there and a new motivation. Everything changes. And that's when you harness the magic of momentum and motivation. That's when you get it. Just connect up, though. You got to connect up, because at the root of all of this, at the root, and the root cause of our anxiety and everything, is that we haven't connected with our Creator. And we do that by asking the right questions and being in expectation and anticipation of what He has for us next. He's not going to be shutting the door on you. Why would He do that when He created you for this time right now? Why would He do that? Never going to happen. So open up. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for the next part of this vibrancy journey? This is a calling on your life. Do you feel it? A calling on yours, a calling on mine, to be all that we can become and to anticipate and expect great things from the Creator who writes little love notes to you daily. Look for them. They're there. Alrighty, I hope you found that helpful. I can't wait to hear everything about what purpose, what things have come to pass, and the little love notes that you get. Share them with me, would you? Don't forget, send everything, questions that you have, whatever you want. Listen, I'm an open book. Ask me anything, almost anything, and send them in to support@savingdinner.com. And question for Leanne on Friday. I will be there to answer them all tomorrow or is it Thursday? Oh my gosh, it's Thursday. Yeah, tomorrow at this time. Okay? Peace be with you. I appreciate you so much.
Thanks for watching. You can find us on YouTube on the Saving Dinner channel or on the Saving Dinner Facebook page. Check back daily for new episodes, Monday to Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern. If you missed the live show, you can watch the replay. Until next time, pinkies up.